Hey Suhara, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be talking about characters I feel like is done dirty. There's not that many on this list, sadly, even though I'm pretty sure that there are more. I'm trying to, so most of these I went with, I feel like either didn't have a happy ending or didn't have the ending I feel like they deserved. Or I just feel like was done dirty throughout the show, even if they did end up getting a happy ending. Sometimes they could be both. So we shall see. Um, there's not that many in the list. I was trying to figure out who to be on this list, and my mind was going blank. So, if you guys have any characters you think I should include for part two, if you guys are interested in part two of characters you think were done dirty, then I'll be gladly to do that. Just comment below your answers. If I know them, I'll put them in the list. But like I said in my last video where I talked about the character's trauma that's overlooked, if you want, you can put the character, the show, movie, whatever they're from, book as well if you want. You can put down why you think they were done dirty by the criteria I already mentioned, and then even if I don't know them, I can include them in part two and just go by what your comment said. Um, so yeah, so I can still include your comment even if I don't know the character. So I have on this list Remus Lupin. He went through hell from Harry Potter. He went through hell, which I explained in my last video of overlooked traumas, and only to die in the end, anyways. Which I feel like that's just something that happens to a lot of characters that just do not deserve it. um, I also have Tara McClay, something similar. She goes through hell her entire life with everything her family put her through, the mental and physical abuse, plus um, everything Glory put her through, then everything Willow put her through, and then she gets shot by a mortal man because he just after shoots Buffy, he literally just shoots up and happens to shoot her. Like, if they were gonna kill her off, first of all, they should have just gave her a better death, which is what I always feel like for Dean from Supernatural. But I just feel like if there's one character in the entire world that deserves better, it's her. I definitely feel like she's done dirty. I feel like she is her trauma's overlooked for one. I feel like she did not deserve to die. I feel like even though I like Willow and Willow and Tara are my favorite couple, sometimes I feel like she could do a little bit better just because of everything Willow does put her through. Um, I also feel like some of the characters don't appreciate her. Like, I feel like no one truly appreciated the sacrifice she made when Glory took her mind by not giving up Dawn. Plus, I feel like she was one of the. Don't get me wrong, I love Xander. He is my second favorite character. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I will defend Xander until my dying breath. Um, I like Willow. Um, I like Giles. I like Anya. But I feel like Tara was one of the only people that was one of the only, like, I guess true friends Buffy really had, that I was always there for her on her side. Like, if there's a reason Buffy poured her heart out to Tara, yeah, she part of her just needed to get that out there, but at the same time, if it was just an accident to pour her heart out, she could have accidentally done that to Willow or Xander or Giles or somebody else. No, it happened with Tara because in that moment she felt safe. She felt like she was with somebody who would never ever judge her, who would give her exactly what she needed in that moment, which was support and love. And I feel like that's why she poured her heart out to Tara. Even if it did happen kind of accidentally, I feel like it's because subconsciously it's the first time she truly felt safe in a while. Because Tara just made her feel safe. Something that I don't think Willow or Xander or Giles or Dawn or anyone could have done. But Tara. I also believe 110%, and I will die saying this, that if Tara was alive in season 7, she would have defended um, Buffy when everyone ganged up on her and kicked her out, along with Spike. Like, there is nothing that anyone could say to me that would make me not believe that if Tara was alive, that she wouldn't have stood up for her, or if she had been sent away like Spike because everybody knew she would and found out the truth, that she would have went off on everyone just like Spike did. Especially since she had grown a lot and had grown confidence, I do not think she would. There's not belief in my body that would say that she would not have called everybody out on what they did. Like 110% Tara would have stood up for Buffy just like Spike did. no doubt in my mind. Um, I also have Dean from Supernatural. Um, I was just talking to this with my mom. She's never actually seen Supernatural, but she knows enough about it because of me. She's seen a few episodes and clips and edits I made. She even ships Dean and Cass. But yeah, um, from what she does know, she completely agrees with me about Dean's death. First of all, after everything he's been through, he should not have died. He deserved better. But even if they did want to kill him off, he deserved a better death. For he has done so much. Okay, he literally has killed the most big bads. Okay, he killed Lucifer, for crying out loud. Okay, he fought God. He killed Abaddon. He killed Cain. I know there's more, I just can't think of all of them now. He killed the yellow-eyed demon that killed their mom. That was him. I know there's more, I just can't think of all of them. There's a lot of big bads and a lot of seasons to go through. But point is, he killed a lot of them. And that's just the big bads, not to mention all the little bads. Um, and that was him. And only for him to die in a ordinary vampire stakeout. And it's not, it would be one thing if the vampire at least killed him, but no, the vampire literally just flung him into a wooden stake. Like, worst death ever. If they were gonna kill him off, Dean of all people at least deserves the to die in a haze of glory, or however that saying goes. Like when he was gonna sacrifice himself to Amara or something, like something big, something like that. But he didn't even deserve to die anyways. If there's one person in Supernatural who deserved a happy ending, it's him. He had gone through hell. He grew up thinking he was worthless and that all he was good for was protecting his little brother, and he did everything he could to protect Sam and Cass and Bobby and Charlie and everybody else, Jody. He basically adopts so many kids. There was Jack, he kind of adopted. There was that one girl, I can't remember her name. She was like a hunter too. Her father was a hunter and he died. Can't remember her name. It starts with a K. There was Claire. He kind of became the father of. He kind of became like a big brother to Charlie. Um, and so yeah, like seriously. um, and he was always there for everybody, and he always ended up alone. And I just feel like if there's one person in Supernatural who deserved better, it was Dean. Ah, iPhone. Um, Neil from Once Upon a Time. I love Neil. He is my second favorite character after Belle. I absolutely love Neil. I ship Emma and Neil. I'm not the biggest fan of Hook, and I definitely do not like Emma and Hook as a couple. I stand by that. And I do believe he was done dirty and has overlooked trauma. And I do believe 110%, nobody can make me feel otherwise, that the only reason why they killed him off is because they wanted Emma with Hook, and they knew the only way Emma was going to be with Hook was if Neil was dead, because they knew their characters, and they knew there was no way Emma was going to choose Hook over Neil. I'm sorry. I know that they always wanted Emma with Hook because Hook was originally planned to be in season 1, but they ended up having to cut him out. And I do believe that they always wanted Emma to be with Hook. Like, that was always going to be like one of the main ships of the show, no doubt. But they also knew that Emma and Neil's love was so true, so pure, so huge that the only way for them to get Emma with Hook without completely ruining all the characters involved and to be true to the characters, that the only way for Emma to actually be with Hook was if Neil was dead, because Emma was never going to choose Hook over Neil. When Neil died, she was still madly in love with him. She even said so herself. She said that I when I first saw him, I knew I never stopped loving him. She said she loved him when he was about to fall in the portal, and um like the only way for Emma to realistically be with Hook was to kill off Neil. And I just feel like he was done so dirty because he was more than just Emma's love interest. He was Henry's father, Rumple's son, and I loved Neil and Belle's friendship. I feel like that was growing when they were trying to save Rumple. I feel like they could have an amazing friendship if he lived. I have I believe 110% if he lives, the two of them could have become like best friends, and Belle could have had someone but other than Rumple in her corner constantly who would defend her and be there for her when literally everybody else just uses her. So yeah, I feel like Neil deserved better. I also have Maya St. Germain from Pretty Little Liars. I loved Maya and Emily and Maya together, and I feel like she deserved better. And there's so many unanswered questions. Like, yeah, we found out that I don't remember his name. Her that one guy who um Nate. That was his name. No, that wasn't his real name. That was the name he gave Emily. I don't remember his real name. But anyways, you know who I'm talking about. Killed her. But at the same time, there's still so many unanswered questions, okay? Like those riddles. Um, Miss Arya, you're a killer, not Ezra's wife. If you look at the anagram, that's not the right wording, but like if you look, it reads Maya knew. Maya knew what though? That Allie was alive? Who killed Allie? Um, who was in Allie's grave? About A or who A was? What did she know? And why didn't she tell anyone? I just feel like there was so much unanswered questions that we should have known. And plus, she was just amazing and I loved her and Emily and I just don't think she should have died. I feel like she's the one Emily should have ended up with because most of Emily's love interests sucked. So yeah, especially Paige. Paige sucks. Nobody likes Paige. So I also have Francis from Reign. I love Francis. I had mixed feelings about him at the beginning, but he grew on me, and I just feel like I know that they were always planning for him to die because obviously there was a prophecy, and they made you believe that they, managed to fix the prophecy. But like my mom always says, like if it's your time to die, it's your time to die. There's nothing you can do about it. You see it time and time again from shows like Charmed and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and when it's your time to die, it's your time to die. And if whatever wanted you truly death or Grim Reaper, whatever you want to call it, they're gonna find a way for that to happen. You're gonna die. He he was meant to die. Like no matter what they did to save his life, obviously he was dying from that sickness, so they were able to do that whole spell, which ended up causing her mom to die instead, life for life thing. But then afterwards, he ended up dying anyways. They didn't save his life because he was meant to die. But he loved Mary so much, and he just it's sad because he deserved better, and the two of them deserve better altogether. They should have lived happily ever after. Charlie from Supernatural and Bobby from Supernatural. Bobby was like a dad to Dean and Sam more so than their own father, and he was a good father figure, and they deserved to keep him in their life. And then Charlie, she was a good little sister, and she sacrificed herself for Dean, and she would do anything for them, and she also deserved better. Because they were both just always there for them. Honestly, my four favorite characters, and Castiel, he deserved better too because he went through hell. My four favorite characters are Dean, Cass, Bobby, and Charlie. And I love them, and I feel like all four of them deserve better. And all four of them did end up dying, which is kind of heartbreaking and sad to realize that all my favorite characters in Supernatural died. But yeah, they just deserve better. And then I have Belle French from Once Upon a Time, which I feel like everybody uses her. I feel like nobody truly appreciates her. Um, like I just feel I mentioned this in my overload traumas, but the one scene that still makes me wanna jump into the screen and punch almost every character that was involved in this scene, except for obviously Belle and then Neil, was the scene with Rumble dies. Because my mom, who doesn't even like Belle, agreed that that is messed up and that it was beyond wrong. That she was a bumbling mess, but then everybody asked Regina if Regina is okay. I still can't get over that. And Neil has an out because he just lost his father, but nobody else does. And I also feel like when she lost her memory, like people went there at first just because of the whole chaotic thing. But I feel like most of them cared mostly about the fact that some stranger was in town, which I get it. That was shady, and I get why they needed to figure that out. But I just feel like nobody truly cared about what was going on with Belle. And then afterwards, obviously Rumple kept visiting her. But the only other person that visited her was Red, which I love Red's character. I wish she was on more anyways. But I wish we saw more of Red and Belle's friendship. Like, I feel like Red was one of the only other people besides Rumple and besides Neil, possibly, because I feel like Neil and Belle could have formed a great friendship after if he did not die. But, anyways, moving on. Uh, well, this is before Neil showed up, anyways. But, anyways, Red and Belle, I feel like had an amazing friendship. Belle was there for Red even after learning she was a werewolf, and she was trying to help her and using her library to hide Red. And the way Red was trying to protect her from Rumple when they were trying to find her, and then she ended up helping when she realized that Belle might be in trouble, and how she promised David to keep an eye on her. Like, they literally just met, but Red was already so protective of Belle. I loved their friendship in the first two seasons, but after that it just kind of wipes away. Like, first of all, they kind of just Red's character, they kind of just like Red just kind of disappears. But I just miss Red and Belle's friendship. Like, I feel like they were just so. I just love their friendship, and I feel like it should have been shown more, and Red should have been on more. But that's it for my list. So definitely let me know if you want a part two, and let me know if you guys have any other characters that you feel like should be on the list. Until then, please like, subscribe, and comment if you agree with this list and whatnot, and I'll chat with you guys below in the comments. Until next time.